The Michigan Wolverines are at the Nebraska Cornhuskers this Saturday, October the 9th. My name's Allie Burns from Picks Parlays, and I've got your free play on this football matchup. With me today, I've got Tim Michael from the site. What's going on, Tim?
You know, Allie, we are deep into football territory now. We're looking good. We're feeling good about it. And let's make some money because that's what we're doing these days.
Yes, I love making money. It's like my favorite thing to make. Okay, so Michigan Wolverines are the favorite on the road, -3.5. They're playing the Cornhuskers, and the total's 50.5. So what do you got for me here, Tim?
Well, Michigan's been great so far, Allie. It's a rock solid team that maintains a nice, even keel. You know what? If that sounds kind of a little boring, it's because it's been very, very businesslike to this point for the Michigan faithful, not believing that it could really all look this easy. You know what? There was a little bit of sweating in the second half in the 20-13 win over Rutgers, but you know what? Not really. And why? The offensive and defensive lines are rock solid, and the team isn't screwing up. The offensive front has been a rock for a running game that predictably struggled against the Scarlet Knights and Wisconsin, but has been solid overall. And you know what? There aren't any plays allowed in the backfield either. Michigan leads the nation in fewest tackles for loss allowed, and it's second in sacks given up. And you know what? Everything else just flows from there. Now, there's no real pressure on quarterback Cade McNamara in the backfield. There hasn't been any need to force anything, and because of it, there's been just one turnover in the first 5 games. Nebraska, well, they don't do enough to force takeaways. And on the flip side of the Michigan line, the Husker front five has allowed the most sacks per game of anyone in the Big Ten. But the sack thing is a bit of a technicality because of Adrian Martinez's mobility. He's been brilliant so far. He's thrown something. Basically, he's going to be throwing something different at the Michigan D. And the Wolverines, well, they haven't faced any dangerous dual threat playmaking quarterbacks. And now they'll have to deal with a veteran who looks settled into the gig. He's hitting 67% of his passes with over 200 yards in every game, averaging close to 10 yards per throw, to go along with 5 rushing scores in his last 2 games. Thanks to Martinez, the Huskers are great on third downs. They're dominating the time of possession battle, and the offense is averaging over 500 yards per game. It may have taken a little while, but the O is starting to work. However, the Huskers aren't getting 500 yards against Michigan. Michigan is allowing fewer than 300 yards per game and hasn't allowed 500 to anyone but Ohio State since 2015. I think this will be a very tight game. The odds makers think this will be a very tight game. There's been some movement on the line as it opened at about -7, and then it dropped to about -3.5. So I'm steering clear of the side here, Allie. As I said, I do think it'll be competitive, but this one feels a lot more like a chess match rather than a run and gun shootout. So as always, you're here for my free pick, and that's my call here. I'm rolling with the under between Michigan and Nebraska this weekend. Go low.
Yeah, I feel you on this one. That line movement just scared the bejesus out of me. You know, it's one of those things where something has happened here. Something big has happened, and I'm not sure what it is. I'm sure somebody knows, but it's not me. So I like your play. We're going to go with the total here, and we're going to take it under the 50.5. Check out Tim Michael over at picksandparlays.net. That's where you can find his premium picks and packages to keep you going all weekend long.